Guys, did you ever hear the Pareto Principles? Sabi sa Pareto Principles, to achieve the 80% result, you need to understand the 20% effort. So for today's video, I will teach you the 80% photography in just 10 minutes. Always remember guys, ang 20% na pag-aaral or to have the 20% effort to achieve the 80% result is a way lot more para maging isang great photographer. But at least, this video, this 10 minutes video, matututunan nyo yung photography or yung basic core knowledge. Kasi ako, pag meron ako natututunan na bago, gusto ko nasisimplify ito para maintindihan ko yung core or yung pinaka-basic knowledge of that. And then from there, pag natutunan ko na yung pinaka-core knowledge, tsaka ako nilalagyan siya ng creativity, tsaka ko siya ini-explore. So, ganoon yung ginagawa namin sa photography. For this 10 minutes video, matututunan nyo yung basic photography and sana makagawa kayo ng amazing photos. And kung hindi man, at least alam nyo kung paano i-troubleshoot kapag nakahawa kayo ng isang professional camera. Here it is. In 10 minutes, I will teach you the basic photography. Let's start with ISO. ISO is the first thing that I set in every scenario. ISO basically means the sensitivity of your camera sensor to the light. The higher the ISO, the more light that comes into your sensor, and the lower the ISO, the less light that coming into your sensor. So baka sabihin na lang ng iba, itaas na lang natin yung ISO natin palagi para mas maraming makapture na light. Actually, this is opposite. You need to keep your ISO as low as possible. Why? Because the higher ISO that you set is the more grainy or the more noise output could you get. Para maintindihan nyo, ito yung sample shot. Ito yung ISO 100, ito yung ISO 200, ito yung ISO 400, ito yung ISO 800, ito yung ISO 1600, at ito naman yung ISO 3200, and ito naman yung ISO 6400. So some of the camera, lalo na yung mga high-end o yung mga mamahaling camera, it can takes more than ISO than entry level. So, yung iba nakakapag-set into 12,800, 24,000, and so on and so forth. The next thing is aperture. Actually, madali lang yung aperture. Makikita mo nga ito sa mga camera lens, lalo na yung mga interchangeable. Kapag nakita nyo yung lens, there is some blades and nakakapag-create siya ng hole. The bigger the holes, the more light that comes into your camera, and the smaller holes can absorb less light to your camera. Then, wag kayong mag-alala guys kung nakasulat doon ng mga f-stop something, f1.2, f3.5. Huwag kayong mag-alala guys. Hindi ito mathematic equation. Medyo nakakalito lang siya ng konti. Kasi, the higher value ng aperture is the lessen of the light that comes into your camera. And the lower the value of your aperture is the higher or the more light that can come into your camera. Okay guys, so baligtad siya. So medyo nakaka-confuse lang. But aperture can mainly control also the bokeh or the depth of field. Simple lang din yung depth of field guys. Depth of field is the focusing from your front or mid or your background, foreground, or your subject. So the higher the value of your aperture, meaning is the lesser depth of field, meaning nagle-less yung blurredness niya sa likod or sa harap. And the lower the value of your aperture can create more bokeh or can create more depth of field from your subject to its front and to its back. So meron namang mga ibang lens, yung f-stops nila is f1.4, f1.2, which can absorb more light and can create more depth of field or bokeh. Okay, so para mas maintindihan nyo guys, ito yung sample shot ng f1.4, ito naman yung f2, and ito naman yung shot ng f16. Alright? So, the first thing na sineset ko is yung ISO. The second thing is yung aking aperture. Base ito sa aking subject. For example, I'm going to shoot one person only. I'm gonna make sure na magkakaroon ako ng depth of field or makakapag-create ako o makakapag-absorb ako ng more light sa aking camera. So, I think I need to have a 1.8 or f1.2 or f2.5. Depende yon sa sitwasyon. The second thing, kunyari naman, mag-shoot ako ng group shot, tataas ko ng konti yung aking aperture. I will put my aperture into a f3.5, f4, f5, and kung lalabas naman ako and magtitake ng isang landscape, I need to put my aperture in a higher value like f16, minsan f22 to make sure na lahat ng field is sharp and napaka-crispy talaga. So yun guys, recap tayo, alright? Aperture is the size of the opening of your lens. So the higher the aperture, the lower the light or the lesser the light that you can have. But the lower the aperture or the lower value of the aperture is the more light that can absorb from your surroundings. But alalahanin nyo, another important thing, that aperture can also control the depth of field. So the higher the aperture, the lesser depth of field. The lower value of aperture, the more depth of field from your photos. Alright? So, tandaan nyo yun guys, nag-recap tayo. The last thing is shutter speed. Let's talk about shutter speed. Shutter speed is the amount of time in seconds na naka-open yung sensor mo. So, may makikita ka nyan, 1/50 of the seconds, 1/100 of the second, 1/200 of the second, 1/300, 400, up to 8,000 or more, depende sa camera mo. And meron ka naman makikita na mas slower like 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, hanggang 10 seconds, and yung ibang camera is umaabot pa sila ng 30 seconds. So, the higher the value of your shutter speed is the less light that coming into your camera. Second, the lower shutter speed na naiset mo is the less light na papasok sa camera sensor mo. But guys, shutter speed can also control motion blur, right? So kung gusto mo ng maraming motion blur, like gagamit ka ng tripod at mag-shoot ka ng, for example, waterfalls na para siyang smoke pero tubig siya, so very cool nun. Or kunyari naman is mag-shoot ka ng isang galaxy or mag-shoot ka ng stars, kailangan mo ng lower or lower value ng shutter speed para makuha mo or makapture mo yung mga light ng mga stars. Kung gusto mo naman ng mga fast moving, like for example sa sports na kailangan mo ng 800 shutter speed and up and more, depende sa sports na kino-cover mo or gusto mong picturean, is kailangan mo siyang iset sa shutter speed. Dapat makakapag-froze doon sa action na sinushoot mo. Can control motion blur. So ako, pag nag-shoot ako ng portrait, ayoko magkaroon ng motion blur doon. So sometimes, I put my shutter speed into 200 to 50 to 300, something like that. Pero minsan, binababa ko rin, lalo na kung stable naman yung lugar, and hindi naman talaga ako masyadong makakapag-create ng motion blur. So let's recap about shutter speed. The higher the value of your shutter speed, the less light na papasok sa camera sensor mo, but the more freeze or the less motion blur na makikreate mo sa shot mo. Okay? So kung mag-shoot ka ng mga mabibilis or sports. And the lower the value of your shutter speed can absorb more light, but it can create motion blur. So kung mag-create ka ng something na moving, expect na magkakaroon ka ng motion blur doon sa output mo. And gagamitin mo to, purposely, kailangan mo mag-create ng motion blur. So, gagamit ka ng tripod or something na may shoot ka na kailangan makikita sila na gumagalaw. And alright, let's put it all together. For example, lalabas ako and mag-shoot ako. Hawak ako ng camera. For example, kayo, lalabas kayo and maghahawak kayo ng camera. Ang una nyong gagawin, isi-set nyo is yung ISO. Look around you. Tingnan nyo kung medyo maliwanag, mataas yung araw, and maraming light source doon sa location na pupuntahan nyo. Set nyo yung ISO nyo into as lower as possible. Alright? Para wala masyadong grain, wala masyadong noise, and mas maganda yung quality ng output na makikreate nyo. The second thing is yung aperture. So, tignan nyo kung ano yung subject nyo. Kung isa lang yung subject nyo, pwede nyo ibaba yung inyong aperture. Pero kung ang pipicturean nyo is like group or family of 4, 5, and more, kailangan nyo itaas yung aperture nyo to make sure na hindi sila mag-out of focus o hindi sila magkaroon ng depth of field. Alright? The last thing or the third thing na isa-set nyo is yung shutter speed. Okay? So, kung gaano karami na motion blur or walang motion blur na gusto nyo na gawin doon sa picture nyo. So, you can put it high or put it low. Depende po sa gusto nyo. Alright? So, bibigyan ko kayo ng 2 scenarios. For example, lumabas ako, nag-shoot ako, and then nagpulit ako ng location, and then pagtingin ko sa isang output ko, pag-shoot ko, is sobrang dilim. Para magkaroon ng mas magandang output at para ayusin yung settings ko, ang una kong isi-set is yung aking shutter speed. So, titignan ko muna yung possible lower shutter speed na kaya na hindi magkakapag-create ng motion blur or sasakto lang doon sa gusto kong motion blur. The second thing na isi-set ko is yung aking aperture kasi kapag nagpo-portrait ako, gusto ko rin naman yung merong depth of field. So, isi-set ko as lower as possible, depende sa camera at lens nyo. Lower aperture na pwede. So, i-base nyo rin siya sa dami ng subject na i-shoot nyo. And the last thing na pwede nyong gawin ay i-adjust yung inyong ISO. So, wala tayong magagawa kahit gusto man natin yung magandang quality or less yung noise kapag sobrang dilim or hindi na talaga kaya ng sagad ng shutter speed at aperture nyo, kailangan nyo mag-adjust ng ISO. Alright? And second scenario naman, for example, nag-shoot ka, lumipat ka ng location, and pagtingin mo, wash out and sobrang liwanag ng photos nyo, ang una nyo namang i-adjust is inyong ISO. Put your ISO as low as possible. Kung kaya nyong ilagay yan sa 50 or 100, much better. Tapos, ang second na isi-set nyo is inyong aperture. As low as lower aperture as it can. Lalo na kung isa lang yung subject nyo, pwede nyo siyang ibaba. Ngayon, kung hindi naman and ayaw nyo mag-suffer yung depth of field since mag-shoot kayo ng maraming tao or maraming subject, susunod na ibababa nyo is inyong shutter speed. But, take note that be aware doon sa motion blur na i-create niya. Alright? So, napakadali lang talaga. Diba? Naturuan ko kayo ng 80% photography in just 10 minutes. Nagawa ko. And you need to improve yourself para at least mas maging magaling pa kayo sa mga susunod. Alright? At least, kung hindi man kayo makapag-create ng amazing photos sometime, at least alam nyo na kung paano humawak ng camera. And again guys, this is Vin Eco. Kung hindi pa kayo naka-like and naka-subscribe dito sa channel ko, kindly subscribe. And also, hit nyo na rin yung like button kasi nakakatulong yan para mas mapanood ako dito sa YouTube. And keep on shooting. See you. Follow me for more. Peace.